I want to know what confidence you have in the units. And I'm talking about our rush offense, rush defense, pass offense. What are you most concerned about? Because, Mike, SB Nation did a Falcon fan poll, and they said, how confident are you in these units? Okay, so rush offense. Think about this. What we've added, people said 87% they're confident in the rush offense.
Right.
Hell, we had Algier run for 1,000 yards last year. Right. How much more are we going to run for this year?
And don't forget, guys, does the more explosive nature of this offense, how you're going to use Bijan Robinson, does CP even get a chance to get in that mix, speaking of Cordero Patterson, because it's going to be so many carries. We get a premium in the running game. I'm with you. That should be a no-brainer. Rush offense, I would make it 100% confident in that run game. Yeah. You've already shown you can do it.
Absolutely. And by the way, I just talked about Run the Jewels. I got to give a shout-out to Killer Mike. I can't say that without giving a shout-out to Killer Mike. All right.
Did he have a new record dropped?
He did. He did.
He teased that Andre 3000 is going to have a new record. That's what Killer Mike's up to.
Well, he's on the new Killer Mike album, and it's hot. I can't lie to you. All right, but I got to give a big shout out. Rush defense, Mike. So we couldn't stop the run. So SB Nation said, Falcons fans, they did this poll. How confident are you in the rush defense? 5%?
You got to stop reading SB Nation because you must be a bunch of nitwits. This team just spent $180 million to load up the defensive line. We got more depth than we've had since 2017. We've got big, giant dudes. They're going to let these linebackers get out and don't have to worry about having a guard in their face. We're going to be getting after it. I would think rush defense is going to go along with pass defense. It's going to be an immeasurable improvement.
I totally agree.
5%?
I don't agree with that.
That's, to me, look, I don't know. How many of the SB Nation people who actually listen to our show or you follow the Falcons, priority one was the defensive line in this offseason?
And they did. So pass defense, percentage of confidence in the pass defense, 4%? Come on.
All right.
Now I know.
Chris, why did you put this in black and white? I'm start yelling at people.
No. We only had 20 sacks last year. Yeah. So I get it. Yeah. We only had 20 sacks.
But again, what do you think So I guess everybody just thinks history's going to repeat itself. Come on, you follow the Falcons.
Well, we lost Dean Pease. They don't know. They don't know if this is going to work.
Well, let me introduce you to what we got with Ryan Nielsen. You got Anyamata. We've talked about all the dudes from Bud Dupree to Calais Campbell to Caden Ellis. We got all these pieces we've added. Not to mention, we've got A.J. Terrell. Perhaps Carl has a big bounce back year when you talk about pass defense because he's now surrounded by better people. We signed the number one safety in the free agent class in Jesse Bates. All that equals better pass coverage.
Pass defense, 4%. Don't agree with that.
Akuda may flame out maybe, but again, he's going to have a shot, and he's still going to be better than what we had opposite A.J. Terrell much of last year.
All right, so they got into the most concerns. And here, I'm just going to lay these out in the 4 areas, all right? I'm not even going to give you the percentages. The most concern for Falcon fans, and you guys can chime in at 404-726-0929. Pass defense, 45%. Pass offense, 40%. Pass offense. Because we didn't throw the ball vertically last year. I totally get that. Okay. Rush defense.
No, there should be legitimate concern because you just don't know what Ritter is. You only had 4 games to see it.
Yeah, but even then, Mike, we didn't light the world on fire throwing the ball vertically last year. Even if Ritter is great at it, to your point, we don't know. But coming off of a season where we just didn't do that, and then so the 4 main concern areas: pass defense, pass offense, rush defense, rush offense. I think we're going to be better in all of them.
Yeah, guys, we already rushed for 1,000. Why are you concerned about rush offense? This is going to get better. And, by the way, we're going to have a big battle. We got more depth at the guard position. We're not going to be you in, next guy in. There's going to be quality here. You got quality over, unfortunately, the injuries, which created just a lot of hello, hi, my name is, playing between Jake Matthews and the center. And Dahlman did a nice job. So offensive line should not be an issue.
RJ says, not surprised. Confidence is really low on our defense. It's not a guarantee our new DC, all right, won't have a learning curve this season. Well, he was calling the plays down there as a co-DC and with the Saints, and they've been pretty good, Mike.
Yeah, I get it. We don't have a Cameron Jordan coming with him, but we do have Anyamata, who, Cameron Jordan got so in his bag he was calling us the Atlanta Saints because we lost half his teammates.
Why are you mad, bro?
Yeah, Caden Ellis, again, I just think that because some of these guys were not, household names for some casual fans.
Yeah.
We added a lot of depth on the defense. And by the way, if we're not better on defense, then Ryan Nielsen's a terrible defensive coordinator because just the law of averages says, Carl, we've added about all the sacks we had last year. We just doubled that by the guys we put on the roster and the numbers that they bring from last season. If they can duplicate it.
Can we double the number of sacks? Can we be a 45 sack football team?
I'll be happy with 30, 36.
Okay.
The only team worse than us was the Bears last year.
So when you talk about those upper echelon teams, minus the Eagles, because that was nuts. But, Mike, you got to be 50 or more. You got to be 50 or more. Like, the teams that are in the mix defensively and turning teams over and giving their offenses really chances to have opportunities to score, you're in that 50 range. You can't be 35 and feel like we're going to make a big difference.
Yeah, the only guys, I'm surprised the 49ers didn't have more with all the defense they've got, but they had 44, Eagles 70, Chiefs 55.
Super Bowl team.
Cowboys with Dan Quinn 54, Patriots 54, Ravens 48, Saints 40. So, okay, Saints 48, their defensive coordinators coming here, minus Cameron Jordan.
Correct.
That would mean we'll be better.
48 better?
Hey, well, let's go down to the bottom of the list. Falcons with 21 sacks. Can we double our sack? So, in other words, can we go to 42? I will bet you $100 we have more than 40 sacks. How's that?
I do.
How's that?
No, I agree.
You want a piece of that, Chris?
I think we are because the coverage is better.
And we've added real playmakers.
Who's going to lead this team in sacks?
I say Caden Ellis.
You don't think Calais Campbell?
No. I don't think, because I think the percentage of
He
plays.
may have 7, Mike.
Okay. Ellis had 7 last year, too. No, because Calais Campbell, you and I were debating, will he get to 25% of the plays?
Yeah. And by the way, it's
or
not
25 plays a game?
the sacks that Grady and David Onyemata and those guys get internally, that's bonus. Those guys are not paid to get
Right.
they honestly, it's awesome that they're able to get pressure up the middle and do what they do. But Grady is not paid to get 10 sacks a game, right? He's creating havoc, stopping the run, making plays along that offensive line or that line of scrimmage. But, Mike, when those guys do get into the backfield,
Right.
It's great because now you're talking about maybe you get 5 from Grady or 6, and maybe you get 5 or 6 from David Onyemata. And now you're getting the extra sacks. You're right. This could add up to 45 or 50.
Well, I'll give you one guy, a little case study here. Lorenzo Carter last year had 4 sacks. Can he double his sack total?
To 8?
To 8. Because that's the kind of performance, if you get 7 or 8, I mean, that's the difference. Yes, sacks matter. Remember old Mike Smith? Sacks are overrated. Sacks are an overrated stat.
He did say that.
Falcons are soft. No, sacks matter. And that's proven to the pudding because every team except for the Cowboys went far in the playoffs last year with those numbers.
Well, no, the Cowboys played against the 49ers. They turned everybody. They've been the most. They've been the team that's turned the most people over the last couple of years. Cowboys defense is really good. It's just, well, you had Dak. Hey, what do you want me to say? Hey, man, it's Dukes and Bell. It's Sports Radio 92.9 The Game, 404-726-0929. And I only say that because he threw all those interceptions last year, guys. He didn't help himself. But sacks matter. Right. And the teams that are in the hunt to maybe go deep into the playoffs, they are teams that get 50, 60, 70. Those are the teams.
Right. And I just think we've been talking about this all season, all off season long. We spent a lot of money, guys, and a lot of this was in the trenches on the areas we're just talking about. We're better in the front. We're better in the back of the defense. Remember the old argument? You build from the back, you build from the front. We basically did simultaneously.
We did.
We upgraded the linebacker core, and we got playmakers. So now, again, because you don't know Ryan Nielsen, you don't know half these guys, I guess that's why the SB Nation readers feel so flummoxed over the pass rush.
Well, I think, listen, we have weaknesses. We've got flaws. Every team does. But I don't think we have 3 or 4 or 5 flaws as we did the last 2 seasons. I don't think it's as compound as it has been, Mike. I do think the flaw, like, for example, 2 years ago you would ask us, we would have said offensive line is our biggest concern. It's not mine now. It's not.